Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Above me, you are seeing Wizard's Respite Ash.
Hello.
And this is The Last Tea Shop, The Endless Road. The Last Tea Shop is a game based off of a solo journaling game by Springleaf Villager. You can find that game on itch.io. All the music here is done by the man who makes the music, my brother Nick Van Sliders. You're about to watch a 15-minute episode. Hope you enjoy. We'll get right into it. Alright everybody, we just got our little foraging episode done, and now we move on to another visitor. Wiz is going to be rolling for weather and feeling. I'm going to be rolling for the visitor. Let me roll for that. Okay, so 5 more days pass.
The atmosphere is low red tinged clouds. The emotion is frustration.
Oh, okay, alright. Ooh. That's really late to give somebody that. Okay, alright. And we are almost at the end here of Season 1. Okay. What was the weather? I remember the frustration.
Low red tinged clouds. So red clouds that are kind of low to the earth.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Again, you are felt the need to go to the door. And after your ordeal with the foraging, there is a level of exasperation with this process at this point. Almost like, oh, I've got to do this again. Still not really getting answers or getting to know or anything like that. But nonetheless, you move forward towards the door. Inspired to do so, you open the door, and this time the mist is kind of shaded with these red clouds. Everything feels frustrated, almost mimics your tea shop stuff again, like that kind of feeling. like I'm getting trying to figure out dead bodies in alleyways with rams charging me, and now I gotta make some tea for some dude. Like, that's how the frustration hits you. And sure enough, the clouds almost mimic you. They start to swirl, and they just show this large guy, kind of in a business suit, but he's frazzled. You see him kind of at podiums, kind of speaking with different people, never seeming to get his point across. And then you see all these scandals around him, and sure enough, then the mist kind of pulls away, and you see this fellow come out. He is very heavy set dude, almost like a John Goodman type, but he's clean cut. He has clean, crisp cut hair. He has a tie, but it's loosened at the top, and he has a nice suit on, although it's unbuttoned and a little disheveled. One side of his undershirt is untucked. He kind of just starts to walk towards you, rubbing his face. It's like, oh, of course. Why? Of course it'd be here in the forest with a tea shop. Sure, why not? Just walks right up to you, and it's like, let me guess, you want to give me some tea or something?
I take a deep breath, and steady myself. Yes, sir. It is a tea shop. Please come inside. Sort of also frustrated. I'm having my own bad day.
It's gonna be the first customer that ends in a fist fight. Alright, you step back in, you head to the bar, or not the bar, but you know what I mean, where you brew the tea.
Yeah, the kettle.
He sits down, he kind of stomps in, sits down, and walks to the table. He's like, nobody gets it. And he's just kind of muttering to himself. I got this stupid candle in front of me. I'm sitting inside a tree. Gonna get attacked by earwigs or something. Ridiculous.
Sir, it seems have something on your mind. Something maybe you feel a little frustrated over. Something maybe unfinished?
It's like, unfinished? You better believe it. Like, try to do so much work. Try to work for the people, but all they just latch on to the littlest indiscretion, and then boom, you're done. You're here in a tree drinking tea from a hippie. Having fun with this guy.
Yeah, I know. From a hippie. I just sort of grit my teeth. Tea shop owner? I understand your frustration, sir. May I ask, my last visitor was a well-read woman. It seems like you are a worldly sort. How might you have known her before you came here?
His face contorts at the mention of a well-read woman. Just like, of course. Of course. You know her. Jeez. You know how much I did for District 37? Do you know what I did for them? I redid park services. I got better cops. I got them body armors. I did wonderful things for, like, job equality, pay equality. But no. One girl in glasses, Mrs. Consultant, walks in and points out that I'm having an illicit extramarital affair. Who isn't having an illicit extramarital affair in the year of our Lord, 2024? I ask you. But no, that's the end of my career. Doesn't matter that I got water fountains put in for the poor. No. I'm just out on my butt because I got my dick sucked behind a Burger King. This is an explicit episode.
The disclaimer over this one.
As I was saying it, I'm like, I'm gonna say this, and the train is already left the station. I wish I could stop it.
Okay. This is actually gonna be like, the tea shop owner at this point is staring at this guy, and the absurdity of everything that has happened so far. He has had to deal with a freaking, like, ominous prediction from a mysterious woman, a artifact that doesn't belong there, stirring up things, a ram that seems to have nearly, like, just run him over, memories of a potential, and he just pops. He just, like, he just starts laughing. Like, okay. He just is absurd. Everything that has happened, he just can't help but be like, is that frustrating? It's come to this point, and he just starts chuckling as he looks at this man like, I can't believe this is happening. And he says, you know, sir, I've had quite a challenging few days myself. Perhaps we need to re-examine our perspective. And I make him some tea of mirth as well.
Nice. He's looking at you while you're laughing. He's like, is that funny? Is that funny to you? And then he stops and you kind of like put the tea in front of him. He takes a sip and then he starts to chuckle a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I guess it's hilarious. Oh, and then he starts to laugh a little bit and he's like, I don't know what I was doing, man. You know how crazy stuff gets when you're up on a hill, when you're doing stuff like that? And then I'm opening a Burger King and some lady comes on to me and oh my god, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous what I did. And he starts to laugh to himself with you, basically. Good tea choice.
Yeah. That sort of frustrating relief of laughing and say, okay, it is I think maybe life is kind of a little bit ridiculous all the time. Let me ask you something. when you were doing all of this work in life, you're trying to make it so far. What was it you were trying to do? Why were you working so hard at all of these things? And what does it mean to you now?
He stops laughing, but he's still smiling, and he's like, you know, I have no idea. He's like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to be somebody in school, so I ran for student council, hit it, got me a very small amount of, like, power, and then, like, that's what I wanted. And, like, honestly, every year I just went into politics. Between you and me, I never loved my wife. I never even liked her. The only reason I married her was so that she looked good on the poster for getting elected. I don't even think she likes me. The consultant girl should have looked into her. I'm pretty sure she's doing her masseuse. And then he laughs, and he takes another drink, and he goes, I don't know. You get to a point where you want to be in control. It's not about the reason. It's just you want to be. And then you realize that once you have that control, you have less control than anyone on the planet. I don't control anything, man. I just try and get elected again. That's basically it. And then he just takes a big old drink again.
I'll drink with him, sharing the cup of tea, and laugh with him. It seems that life is never what you think it is. If anything, after talking to so many of my guests so far, you can't plan these things out. You just have to walk through the mist and hope for the best.
It's like walk through the mist and hope for the best. Oh man, I guess that's what it's come down to, right? My entire life has felt like me just falling down a hill. Like that's it. But now I'm starting to kind of feel like everybody's life just feels like falling down a hill. Like you think you know what you're doing, and you think, oh, I'm gonna stop myself, but then you trying to stop yourself just makes you fall down the hill faster. And then the mist kind of calls to you to point out to him, and you kind of point to him, and it starts to shape itself. And the mist doesn't show him his life. It's different this time. Instead, it shows him relaxing and getting some rest. It shows almost an absence of things for him. Just like you don't have to worry about what you did. You don't have to worry about who you are. You don't have to worry about who you're with. You just need some time to relax and rest and be at peace. And you can tell that just kind of eases him a little bit. It eases his feelings. He takes another drink, and he's like, I never got a chance to just stop and ask why I was doing it in the first place. Maybe that's what's beyond the mist. He looks at you and goes, maybe that's what you want too.
Maybe it is. I have a feeling I'm gonna find out one way or the other. And I don't think I'm gonna have much of a say in that. And when you walked up today, I was pretty pissed off about it. I'm pretty sure that I was murdered at some point in my life. That's how I ended up here. I'm pretty sure bad things happened. And I was angry. Maybe I need to realize why I'm here is to not be so worried about what's going on, what happened in the past, what's happening next, but just to be here to help people. At least for a time, and then maybe one day be something else. not such bad wisdom for that from your hippie tea shop owner, right?
He stares at you for a long time, like he's gonna add something intelligent or wise to what you've just said, and instead he just goes, "Yeah, I mean, you make some good tea for a hippie, that's for sure." And then he stands up, and as the candle pops on, and he goes, I don't know. I guess that's the answer, right? I don't know. And then he grabs the candle, he lights it up, and he goes, "I'll tell you this, though. If you see that glasses girl again, you tell her to go herself." And then he just turns, and he walks out with a whistle in his step, unlike when he came. And then we will end that episode there. That was another episode of The Last Tea Shop, The Endless Road. Come back next week where we do another customer. And yeah, check out wizardsrespite.com for all of your fun TTRPG needs. Check out everything Old Man Gaming has to offer you. And you can also check out the base game for this wonderful game, The Last Tea Shop, Springleaf Villager. You just search Last Tea Shop on itch.io and you can actually get it for free. It's an amazing game. And we'll see you guys next week.